Patreons, welcome back to our, what, third, fourth, I can't remember, Patreon only video, just spat everywhere, that's real sexy. So as you can see, I'm going to be using the new ABH stuff now. Little naughty disclaimer, I actually did break my no buy and bought this. The PR package is actually scheduled to arrive next week, and I was desperate to try this foundation and this powder. Really bummed that they didn't release a concealer, so I just thought, you know what, I want to test it that bad that I will buy it. And I did say in my no buy, I was like, if something really interesting launches, I'll buy it, and I'm addicted to foundation, so I bought it. This was so effing expensive. I was shocked, to be quite frank. The foundation was £43. That is my most expensive foundation. Maybe, how much is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk? One of, if not the second or first most expensive foundation I own. £43. Horrifying. I also have the powder, but because I never actually research anything, don't know how much it was, so let me go on eBay. Oh, the powder is £39, so what is that? I'm bad at maths. £82 for both of these products. I did buy it on Klarna. Klarna, is that how you say it? Klarna, horrible word. I did buy it on Klarna, so it was a little bit easier, a bit more palatable because I didn't have to pay right there and then. But yeah, anyway, in the foundation you get 30 mils. I've actually used this heaps, and I've been keeping it up, sitting up on my desk to try and see if it settles. And I gave my sister-in-law, I filled up a little pot with it for her, so she could try it. So it is down to about here on the bottle, about here, but it's just not showing. In the powder you get 25 grams, which I think is pretty fair. It's not the most you get, but it's not the least. Laura Mercier, for example, is 29 grams for £29, £39. Packaging gets real mucky, but that's what it looks like. It's a ginormous pot. I like it. So I thought I would just put it on camera for my Patreons, because you guys are awesome. I mean, everyone's awesome, but you guys are kind of extra awesome. Don't tell anyone else. And I'm going to show you my favourite way of using it, and I might as well just do the rest of my face on camera as well. Right now, sorry. Gosh, I'm doing the Norvina part 3. I don't know if this will be up yet or not, but that's what my eyes are doing. Anyway, so my favourite way to use it is definitely with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I am quite gross. I just get like a makeup brush and I just swirl it around in there and grab some on my brush. You know me, I don't even like primer, but something about this I adore. I take like a fair whack. My skin it's not got a lot of spots in it at the moment, but it's quite textured and just a little bit of discoloration. This primer definitely helps with texture. Awkward hunches here. And any foundation I put on top of this primer looks better. I've been using it a lot with the Makeup Revolution matte base foundation. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. See, like I've got quite a lot of redness and things. Let me show you, will I? Show you my natural skin, although I've now got primer on it. See, it is pretty discolored. I do feel like I've got a lot going on. That is because I used my little what is it called? Eyebrow razor to take my mustache off and kind of scratched myself. Yeah, a little bit discolored, not the best. But I've seen my skin look worse. So I do feel like this primer is quite a game changer for me. It's literally the first primer that I would tell you to go out and buy. Like, I like Benefit Professional, but this one's just like game changing. I was gonna say mind changing there. So we're gonna come with the foundation, and I'm gonna chuck on. It's really slow to pop back up. 4 pumps, and just kind of distribute it. This is, sorry, shade 140N. Norvina put up a shade matching chart on Twitter. So you have to kind of scroll back to find it. And this is apparently my NARS shade and my Estee Lauder double wear shade, so that's why I picked this one. I would say it's a pinch dark, like just ever so slightly dark compared to my neck and chest, but overall it's not a bad match. Blends out very fast, and they do recommend using it with a brush, or at least they send out the PR packages with a brush. I don't like using brushes personally. I find I just get very streaky results, so yeah, don't really care for brushes for foundation. This is just my Look Good Feel Better sponge. Don't think it's still available, unfortunately. So this is probably my like 10th or 12th play with this. It's like the only foundation that I have been putting on. So I feel like I've got a really good feeling for it, and the powder as well. And I've been praising it, like when people have asked me online, I have been praising it. But I do have to use quite a lot to get Melissa coverage. So that was 4 pumps. So, I mean, that's quite a lot. I'm sure some of you wouldn't even use 4 pumps on your face. You know, I end up using like 20. And I can still personally see like a lot of redness, although it has completely evened out my skin, and from a distance, like, it looks really good. You can see the luminosity in it. I do feel like the primer really helps make foundations look more luminous. But to me, I need more, so I will add an extra layer, but I'll show you what one looks like. Obviously, it's 1 layer. It's really even things out. All that redness around my nose is pretty much gone, but I can still see like these blemishes here. I can still see my like razor burn that I've got. That is it on my forehead. Obviously, having had my Botox, things sitting in my wrinkles is not so much of a concern, which is great. I do still have this like main wrinkle. But yeah, overall pretty good, although I do feel like my white mustache is still pretty visible, even though I've gone over with foundation. So I'm just going to use a few more pumps, build up the coverage, and then I'll show you it. But yeah, that is 1 layer. I wouldn't say a little goes a long way. That's one thing I would say. It's not, it doesn't go really far. But yeah, a lot of you probably aren't like me and wouldn't use so many pumps. That was 3 more pumps. So we're talking 7 pumps here of a very expensive foundation. This is one of those foundations that when I wear it, I just feel more confident. It's weird. It's like when I first used the NARS one and I was like, holy smokes, this is incredible, or my Clinique or drugstore Maybelline Superstay. It's just one of those foundations that I feel great when I'm wearing it. And it's just a nice feeling, especially when it is an expensive product and you're like, I hope I like this, you know? So yeah, for me it's just like a confidence giver in a bottle. It's so luminous and lovely. When I go to put the powder on, you're going to notice that goes very quickly. So if you have oily skin, I would say this foundation would still be suitable, because when I powder it, it goes very matte, and the longest I've worn it is 11 hours, and I basically just got up in the morning like I usually would. I moisturised, then I primed using my e.l.f. primer, and I wasn't filming that day, I wasn't planning on doing anything, and I just put my base on. So I put my moisturiser, primer, foundation, concealer, powder on, and then basically went back to bed and watched Netflix all day. and then came back 11 hours later, and my foundation still looked great. Obviously I hadn't exerted myself, but I've got this thing where very often throughout the day my temperature will rise really high and I'll be sweating, and then it'll go really low and I'll be very cold, and basically when I stand up and do anything I start sweating because I'm now so unfit. So it did get some kind of testing, and I was leaning on my face and scratching my nose and everything, and it lasted really well. But I do powder really well, so I wouldn't know how long it's gonna last if you don't powder your face, but if you do, then it's probably gonna last really well. If you're mega oily, powder more and use some really nice mattifying setting spray. But yeah, anyway, that is 2 layers. Gosh, do I talk just all the time. I'm actually not a chatty person, but anyway, that is 2 layers. You can really see how luminous it is, like over my whole cheek and chin and stuff. That's it on the old forehead. I would say it's got a really, with 2 layers, a really nice medium coverage. Not full, that bird, not full, but really good medium coverage. I hate that bird. I then like to go in with my Too Faced concealer. This is like my favorite concealer. It's not still the Jouer, but I actually never use my Jouer anymore because I've got barely any left. I'm just putting a little bit on where I still have some blemishes showing. This concealer is really hydrating as well, so it just goes really nicely with this foundation. I am just a little bit shocked that they didn't release a matching concealer when they did foundation and powder. Like, why not just hold off and release a matching concealer at the same time? With the foundation and concealer on, I just feel great. I feel great. I feel great. Like, plus that primer, like get the primer. If you're gonna spend £43 on the foundation, get the primer as well, okay? So moving on to powder, I am going to just put it on my sponge like I usually do. I gave this a bit too much of a rough shake, so it's really full up at the top. And just my usual routine, I just bake underneath my eyes. It's a really, oh, what shade did I buy? Translucent, I think. Yeah, translucent, it says it on the box. It's really nice and finely milled. It is, I wouldn't say it's terribly smoothing, but I would say where I put it on does look pretty smooth. There's been days where it's looked a little dry on me, but on those days I've had pretty bad skin. I am going to bake my smile lines as well. It's really nice for baking, and it is also nice just used on a fluffy brush over your entire face, which is how I've been doing it most days, but I've also tested it, the foundation, with my other powders that I like as well, just to try and get an overall feeling. And I don't feel like it oxidizes either. Sometimes I'll put on powders and they'll just oxidize my whole base and it ruins my day. This one does not do that. It's a really good layer on all over it, and I'll just use this powder over my entire, I feel ridiculous, I look like Hulk Hogan right now. I'll just use this powder over my entire face. I like it with my Maybelline Superstay powder, actually, this foundation. I like it with the Too Faced Born This Way powder, the pressed one, set one, pressed one. So yeah, this though completely like eradicates, I would say 90% of the shine that the foundation gave you. So if you're one of those people that can totally rock an unset foundation and you want the luminosity, I'd really recommend not setting it. I've tried not setting my foundation on occasion. That's probably a test I should have done before this video. Not setting it and seeing how long it lasts. Yeah, I feel like there's almost zero shine now on my face. It's good because it doesn't give any flashback. I'll try and insert a photo here so you can see that. And considering it is a really kind of dewy, not sticky, what's just wet base, when you first put it on, this powder really sets it, like mega sets it. I would say if you bake your entire face with it, it will kind of lighten your base, because it definitely does that to me. But I actually quite like that because it means I don't have to take the foundation all the way down my neck and chest, because just by putting the powder on, it just sets into place nicely and lightens a pinch. I didn't want to get any other shade other than translucent in case they were too dark for me, so I will get them all. And I'll obviously just give away translucent because I don't need two of them. Because, what I was going to say, this powder I do feel is nothing to write home about. I honestly feel like my Coty Airspun powder or my, what other loose powders? Makeup Obsession Pure Bake, the lace one. I don't feel like this is any better than those, and this one is £39. They're £11 or £3. Even my Laura Mercier, which is £29. Is this £39? Holy crap, this is £10 more than Laura Mercier. No way. Guys, honestly, please. Right, if you really want it, try it. But for that price, I would recommend buying Fenty, Laura Mercier, Kat Von D, Coty Airspun. Get 3 tubs of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is too expensive. And whilst it is really nice, it is not that nice. It is not £39, £40 for a powder. Holy mackerel. Anyway, let me show you up close. So that's the powder on my skin. It's taken away all of the dewiness, but we know that happens with powder. I'm not saying that as a bad point. I'm not pointing out like, ooh, this powder mattifies. We know that happens. But if you want the lovely ABH foundation experience, you probably don't want to powder it, especially not as much as I just did. But I powder a lot because I like my makeup to stay on a really long time, even though these days I don't need to do that. You know, so yeah. Pretty much all luminosity gone. Need my Makeup Revolution skin finish. I need to stop talking from this side because you can see the big gap in my tooth and it makes me really self-conscious. And then my other favourite product to use with it is my Glam Glow Glow Setter. Yeah, Glow Setter. I was going to say Glow Starter. Glow Setter Mist. I use quite a lot because of the amount of powder that I use. It feels really nice to just spray a heap and really bring that dewiness back. So that's the base. That is the foundation and the powder. I'm still annoyed there's not a concealer. I can't get over it. So what I'm going to do is put on the rest of my makeup. I'll do it on camera, but I won't talk. I'll just like show it and kind of speed it up a little. And then at the end I'll give you my thoughts. I think you probably know them by now, but I don't want this video to be too long, not because I think you're going to be bored of me chatting, because I feel like you guys are probably the people that can listen to me chat crap the most, but because I still need to do my intro and outro and lower lash line and stuff for that Narvina palette. It's 2:30. By about 6 o'clock I go. So yeah, I'll just do it quickly, but I'll still do it on camera. So 2 minutes. I still can't believe I spent £82 on these 2 products.
Warmth of your skin, I feel the touch of your hand. Love you with all of my heart, makes me tremble within. Love the smell of your hair. I'm here in my bed. that is what my heart says. I wanna be with you always. 'Cause that is what my heart says. I wanna be with you always, always. 'Cause that is what my heart says. Sparkle in your, I wanna be with you always, always. 'Cause that is what my heart says. I'm in a better place. I know I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better place. I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better place. I'm in a better place. I know I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better, I know I'm in a better.
There we go. Went through about, what, three bronzers? Three bronzers. Well, these things happen. I want to put a lot of makeup on today. I want to absolutely clark my face in it, as you can probably see. I'm going to nip off, throw on my lower lash line, ow, bit my tongue, finish off the eyes for my other video, and then I'll come back, we'll do a lip, and then I'll give you my thoughts. But yeah, I think that blush was a good choice. I was going to use pink, but I think that matches with the eyes better. That was Benefit California. Really like that one. So yeah, I'll be back in just a jiffy. I feel like I've done a lot of nude lips recently and I want to go red. So this is the Fenty, what's it called? Uncensored. I never wear this. I've worn it like twice since I bought it and it's so beautiful. And I thought, why not? Let's keep it really autumnal. Just do red. I really like the applicator on these as well. Although no matter what I do, I'm really bad at applying liquid lipstick neatly, or lip products in general. Wow. Yeah, I'm just going to spend about 4 hours off camera just making this a bit neater. And then I'll come back and we'll be done. I love this liquid lipstick. Applied really badly by me, not by anything else. There we go. Wearing the ABH foundation. What do you think? Let me show you an up close. Just don't look around my lips because, well, I made a lot of mistakes and concealer needed to be added. Darkened it a bit there. So I mean, obviously like my glow is added afterwards because I took all of that away with the powder, but my skin looks, I don't know how you felt about it just there, but I feel like in person and things, my skin looks so good. Like, it looks so good. I just feel so good about it. Like, it looks really smooth, it looks really good coverage. It's just ticking all of my boxes 100%. So in conclusion, first of all, don't sleep on this primer. If you feel like me and you're like, don't care about primer, try it. Try it, honestly try it. It's so good. I think it's £8, so it's a little bit pricey, my sweet opinion, for a primer, but I'm so glad I bought it. And I did buy it because of the, like, I think Jeffree Star used it. I didn't watch the video that he used it in, I don't think. No, I definitely didn't, because it was comparing it to Tatcha, but all the hype that came out afterwards, because he'd done that, I then bought it. To talk about the foundation, I think this is ridiculously priced. Even for ABH, which is a high-end brand, I think this could do with being £10 cheaper. £33 or say £35 is still a lot of money for a foundation, but £43 is too much. It is too much money. That's ridiculous. It is vegan, it is cruelty free, it does come in quite a lot of shades, it's a glass bottle. I quite like that it says foundation on it. I don't really mind that, and the other side just says ABH. And it's nice. It's got a lot of claims: vegan, gluten-free, alcohol-free, clinically tested, dermatologist tested, ophthalmologist tested, non-comedogenic, suitable for sensitive skin, long wearing, no flashback. I kind of agree with all of those claims. After the 11 hours, it looked really good, but £43 is too much money. However, if you are in the market for a high-end foundation, if you're dying to try it, if you like radiance, if you like spending £43 on foundation, I would highly recommend it if you didn't already get that gist. I think you probably did. It is wonderful. It is amazing. It's in my top 5. I was gonna say top 3. I guess top 3 high-end. No, top 5. It's probably in at number 4 or 5 right now, because I still feel like I've got more testing to do with it in terms of like just how much I've used my other foundations that I adore. I've used them a million times, whereas this I've only used 11, 12, 13 times, can't quite remember. But if we then move on to the powder, whilst it's nice, it's £39. Again, that could do with being £10 cheaper as well. I mean, you do get a good amount of product. 25 grams is pretty decent, but for that price, I can put it in my drawer now so I can throw away the boxes. For that price, I am displeased, thoroughly displeased, to be quite honest. It's just nothing special. It doesn't say to me, oh, luxury. It doesn't make my makeup look that much better. I don't think it does anything. It's not like Laura Mercier that I feel literally hides my pores. It's just a powder. It's a loose powder and it's not special. So whilst I would highly recommend the foundation, this is if you really want to try it, then I don't think you're going to be disappointed, but you're not going to be like blown out the water, in my opinion. Although I've seen a lot of people just like on Twitter and stuff, because I don't like to watch videos before I've reviewed something. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter say that they absolutely adore it, but I think the Jeffree Star powder is a lot nicer than this, to compare it to another high-end one. That was overpriced though, especially considering how much I actually got. Anyway, that is my feelings on those two products. Let me know what you think of it on my face. Clearly you can see I'm like, yeah, it looks so good, even with my double chin. But yes, that is my feelings, my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to thumbs it up or anything. But leave me a comment, because I still like replying to all my comments. I just go and eat something and then finish off my Norvina palette, intro and outro. I am starving. It is 4:15. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun for you. And I just want to say, as always, thank you guys so much for supporting me on Patreon. I think it is nuts that you want to, but very, very appreciated, trust me. I also want to give a couple of shout outs, if that is okay. I want to say a massive thank you to Karina. She is obviously a Patreon, and she sent me a really lovely bunch of flowers a couple of weeks ago. They're dead now, unfortunately, or I would show you them. She just sent them, and thank you so much, Karina. And I also want to say a massive thank you to Mirren. She sent me a lovely card, still sitting on my bedside table, a massive bar of dairy milk chocolate, and let me just grab, it wasn't a fart, that was my chair. And she sent me another shade of the NYX Sweet Cheeks blush, and now I'm looking at it compared to my face. That would have gone beautifully today. I might add a little bit. It was smashed, so if you're like, why does it look weird? I just squashed it back in. I still need to repress it. But yeah, I just want to say just an added thank you to Mirren and Karina, just for being so kind to me. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you very soon for another video on my main channel, and hopefully we'll be back soon for another Patreon only video. And that's it. I'm gonna go now, and I will see you on the flip side, I hope.